The fog rolled in thick, enveloping the old asylum like a shroud. Sarah could barely see more than a few feet ahead as she stepped through the rusted gate, cautious but curious. She had always been captivated by the tales of the facility, whispered by locals who spoke of lost souls and restless spirits locked within its decrepit walls. Pushing open the door with a creak that echoed through the air like a funeral bell, she felt a chill settle in the depths of her bones. A silence, filled with the whispers of those long gone, surrounded her. Shadowy figures flickered at the edges of her vision, vanishing whenever she turned, leaving the space, feeling alive with despair. Exploring further, she stumbled upon a room where the walls were coated in peeling paint, remnants of a once bright hue. An old, cracked mirror hung askew, and she caught a glimpse of movement behind her, heart racing. She spun around, but the room was empty, save for the fading sunlight filtering through the grime-smeared window. As she peered closer into the mirror, the reflection warped, twisting her own image into something grotesque and hollow-eyed. Panic set in. She reached out to touch the glass, feeling a coldness that was not just any ordinary chill. Her fingers grazed the surface, but her reflection did not move. Her breath quickened, pulse thumping like a war drum. Suddenly, a low murmur echoed from the hallway, a chant repeating her name. Sarah. Sarah. The voice was familiar yet distorted, sending icy tendrils of dread creeping up her spine. Each utterance twisted her memories, unlocking long-buried emotions. Guilt, loss, regret. Each resonated with the essence of her being, as though the asylum had come to reclaim her. She turned to flee, but the door slammed shut before her, trapping her in the room where the shadows were growing thick. In their depths, she glimpsed someone, a figure dressed in an old hospital gown, lips pulled back in a distorted smile, eyes hollowed and hungry. A fleeting recognition flickered within her, and she hesitated, the memories crashing back like waves. It was her sister, lost years ago in this very place, trapped among the whispers and shadows. The figure's smile deepened as she reached out, begging silently for help, or perhaps to share a sinister secret. Overcome with desperation, Sarah lunged for the door, but as she touched the handle, her sister's voice broke the silence, twisting into a plea. Stay with me. Something shifted in the atmosphere, dark and clammy, a presence circling her like a predator. Fear clawed at her as the realization struck. She wasn't the one who had come to rescue. She was the one being rescued by those trapped within the asylum, their grasp ever tightening, pulling her into a void of despair from which escape would never be possible. As her sister's smile widened, darkness flooded the room, and Sarah understood at last. She was not alone. She had become a part of the very stories that haunted these halls. Forever lost in an echoing chant, joining the mournful cries of countless souls unable to leave.